Hello everyone and welcome to this week's Talky Tuesday live stream with me, your host, Winters SEO. Definitely streaming on a Tuesday and definitely not the 13th birthday of the channel. That was yesterday, which was obviously a Monday. You got to be professional, you got to be consistent if you want to be a YouTuber. And when it comes to like important anniversaries on the birthday, it's because of the 13th and, you know, the famous legionaries of the 13th, and then lining up your 13th birthday. You've got to come on. You've got to live stream and thank everyone for this amazing roller coaster of a ride. And boy, has it been a roller coaster, but I am so incredibly grateful for you guys watching this entertainment, whatever this is. And if you like this kind of entertainment, then like the stream and thumb ups. And, you know, if you really like this sort of thing and want to help pay my mortgage, then become a channel member. And if you already are a channel member, I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for helping pay the mortgage in this economy. Shout out my club members as well. We already have a donation from Cersei the cat. I don't know what type of cat she is, but it's definitely a cat. I imagine like a Bengal tiger, you know, a Bengal kitten. They've got a lot of energy. Cersei's got a lot of energy. Happy birthday and long may you be on YouTube. Thank you, Cersei. Thank you for your donation. Seriously, I really appreciate it. Thank you. Can we get some GGs in the cat for Cersei? It's not the birthday live stream today. Also, one thing I need to mention as well is I did have Mexican bean tacos 2 days in a row. So for a change, I might be a little bit blowy on this particular live stream as opposed to other live streams where I'm not as blowy. I need to get them down. So yeah, there might be some farting happening in the background because of the I mean, it was delicious. I do recommend Mexican bean salad. It's lovely with the nachos. But I tell you what, the inside is like a battle report. There's a lot going on right now. And yeah, so I'm happy to be here. I would have been here. Okay, listen, important things happened, guys. So I haven't been painting. Look, do you want to see my cock? A trice. I painted a cock, a trice for Warhammer battle report there. I am never going to get tired ever in battle reports and all the other things of calling it my cock a trice, because if you have the opportunity to abuse, you will abuse it. Why is it a sickly, horrible orange colour? I hear no one ask. Don't ask that question. Don't ask why I've decided to make it a sickly orange colour. I also did a couple of shaman for the thing as well. This used to be lead when it came out, you know. Look at it now. Used to be, and I did a couple more shaman for the Beastman as well this last week. Now listen, I would have been on for the 13th birthday on the 13th on the live stream and all the things, but something much more important came up, so I had to play Battlefield 6 on the new Wake Island instead. Had to do that because new map dropped in Wake Island. We've never seen Wake Island on Battlefield ever before. Brand new map, never been on any other battlefields. You know what I mean? So we had to smash that with like, you're supposed to see a doctor. It's turning that colour. What, when my cock a trice turns that colour, see a doctor? I look, it's Beastmen of the Forests and things, so I thought like a sickly orange. I thought it would stand out in amongst all the Beastmen because the Beastmen are brown. I thought this will shine on the battlefield, but having finished it in those colours, I'm looking at it thinking it's a bit shit, isn't it? But, you know, we'll get away with it. Except, but apart from Battlefield 1942, Wake Island has not appeared on any Battlefield maps in the history of Battlefield ever. So we had to give that a go until the wee small hours last night when all the sweats got on and you couldn't even leave your base because they were spawn camping those boats. It got ridiculous in the end. So then I had to go to bed. Anyway, so I'm here now, okay? I mean, after being called away for important things, we're here now to do the live of the streaming and to talk about the Warhammers and things. Thank you, everyone, for turning up. Thank you. Glorious stuff. Shout out my club. Right. Also, the door is ajar. When is a door not a door? When it's ajar. You know? Because, what do you mean, deadly zone, blood buffalo? The door's ajar because she's out at the moment, which means the kittens have been on a rampage and they've been mainly coming in and out of here and rampaging all over me. GE9367 has also dropped. £10 super chat. In the live stream, can we get some GGs? For the G, or a GE if you want. Happy belated 13th birthday, we do not kneel. Yeah, thanks for that. It is 13 years of YouTube, man. You know, I started this channel when I was just a young, sweet summer child, only the age of 40. You know? And who knew that you could make a living playing things and people watching on YouTube? It wasn't in the... When I went to my careers advice back in school all those years ago, you know, they have the career advisor and you go to talk to them and they say, you know... YouTube wasn't an option then. I don't think the internet existed. Or fire. Or the wheel. I'm going to have to put my glasses on. Seriously, I've been painting so my eyes are a bit... They're a bit like... We've got a horse's head from Mooresmith Chris, member for 48 months. There's a battle report. And also, say hi, Paul is in his house. He's been a member for 49 months. Happy birthday, brother. It's not my birthday. It was yesterday. This is not the Warhammer 13th live stream. It was yesterday. Something came up, some really important things. The chat will tell you what happened, but thank you. And it's interesting that Warsmith Chris is here with the horse's head there, because on Sunday there's a battle report coming up with me and Warsmith Chris. There's a whole playlist, the Warsmith Chris Chronicles, and we did another thing and it's on the Sunday. That's coming on the Sunday. By the way, if Kev the Cook watches this one, Kev, I'm sorry. I said that your 30k battle report was going to come out today, but instead we did the tank battle with Rick Shazam, the cameraman. That's the one that came out today, because the one that I did with you has got like 500 edits on, and it's going to take forever to edit, and it's going to take 2 days. So I couldn't, and I hadn't pre-edited the Wednesday one, and I did that yesterday for today, and I wouldn't have the... It's too long to fit in. I need to do it like tomorrow and Friday, and then I'll put it on. But it's not going to be the next 30k one either. The next 30k one is going to be just Craig, because he's got his tournament list together, so that's going to go on the Sunday thing. What I'm saying, listen, can someone pass on a message to Kev the Cook to say that the battle report that we did, it's going to come sometime in September, probably. You know, that's going to be a thing, okay? Someone mentioned, pass that one on. Just Craig, if you're in the house, you know him. GE's been a member for 23 months. Thank you. Andy H has been a member for 45 months. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the continued support. We're still here. We're still doing this. How? I don't know. What this is, I don't know either. Why people even watch, I don't know. Playing games. Like, I've stopped trying to keep up with the tsunami of the updates now. It's just impossible. When I started, there was like half the number of factions, and there was now there's 28 factions and 17 updates a week and 28 different data sheets. It's impossible. It's just impossible. The churn is real. I mean, the churn always was real. 8th edition we had... There was 2 sets of codexes in 8th. I mean, I loved 8th edition, the first part. The second part, we all got codexes again, and then there was a Psychic Awakening, and then it all started kicking off. And it hasn't, let's face it, stopped kicking off in 40k since then. It's been ba-bam, 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 ba-bam. It's like orcs, Daka, everywhere. Orcs, topical. We'll get to them later on. Anyway, I think I've done the intros. Welcome to this week's Talkie Tuesday live stream with me, your host, the 2021 No Retreat Legend of Legends champions and the 2026 second place King in the North champion, Winters, SEO, professional, on time, delivered for you guys. Happy to be here. This is not the birthday. Should have done it yesterday. Something came up. Anyway, right. Let's dive into the chat, raise the whole IQ up. Let's actually start talking about Warhammer at some point. What are we talking about? Blood Buffalo's been a member for 25 months. More Sunday Zone Mortalis. It's not going to be Zone Mortalis on Sunday, but the one I did with Just Craig has got half an open board and half a Zone Mortalis in. And then I tried, not filming it, I tried a big Zone Mortalis one with different levels on, and that worked. And that I've left that set up because Alex might be able to get a half day off on Friday. And if he might get the half day off on Friday, then we'll film it. We'll mix up the list a bit. It worked. So, and then we'll run that one back. And then we'll do a full Zone Mortalis on a full board with different levels with elevators going up and down. It's very exciting. It did work, by the way. A big number of points with the elevators. It worked. It worked. More so. Anyway, chat. We'll dive into the chat. Thank you, chat, for joining me on this Talkie Tuesday. Thank you. Cheers. Right, I'm going to finish this. Lovely cappuccino, by the way. Lovely cappuccino. Have I got paint on my elbow? How did I get... It is paint. What is that? How did I get paint on my elbow? Sterling mud. I know how I get it there. But how did that turn up? I don't know. On my elbow. That's a new one. Where are my glasses? Everyone calm down. We've got some more things. Daniel Rigoni has been a member for 36 months. Thank you, Mr. Rigoni. I love 11th edition. I think it's a really good edition as well. It's solid. The core bit is actually solid. And I've only played, I must say, I've played about half. Less than half has been the proper. This is how you set the tables up. This is how you do the cards with Recon versus Purge the Foe with the less than half. But those have been really good fun as well. I like getting my sweat on every now and then, okay? Like getting in my exercise every now and then. People come to my house thinking they can roll over the 2021 No Retreat Legend champion. And so every now and then you just got to, flex it off and just flex it off and flex it all over them, basically. So you do that. I've only played less than half, but the core, the chunk is also really good enough, solid enough to play some good narrative. I've got narrative this weekend. Warsmith Chris, see? A good one. Iron Warriors breaking the... Anyway, chat. We'll jump into the chat. Really gassy. 2 days of Mexican bean salad and nachos. Daniel Rigoni, I love 11th, has got the juices flowing. Even the sweaty table setup is fun. That's what I'm saying, Mr. Rigoni. That's what I'm saying. I agree with you. Truly afraid of the new orcs. Don't be afraid of the new orcs. Just exterminate us. This Turtle Crusader. Anyone else excited because of the orc codex so far? It looks very juicy. We will check out some of the orcs things because I see the juice on the line. And quite frankly, as a professional YouTuber, I should know all about the orcs by now. I may or may not have some information that Games Workshop has sent through to me. And I may have decided not to look at it whatsoever because I'm just waiting for the codex. It may or may not sound lazy if that is the case. But it's just so much. There's so much going on. And just... have fun. But yeah, there's orcs. People are worried about orcs. Don't be worried about orcs. You already have it, don't you? I can't recall or mention that we're not good pals. We are not good pals. Eternal Crusader. Thank you for saying so. But we are definitely not good pals. Okay, We're under, it's, yes, there is a strained relationship going on in the background. You know what I mean? Pen pals. We're just about pen pals. You know, just about. Where are we? Let's go up a bit. Yeah, Old World, say hi, Paul. Yeah, say hi, Paul. Did I show you my cock? A trice. I bought this because when I came up to your house and watched you play a game of Old World, I thought your cock, a trice, looked really lovely when it was flopping around on the table. So I thought what I needed myself was to get out my cock, a trice, and let it flop around on the table as well. No, I'm not going to get tired of saying that. Why is it sickly orange? No one asked me that question. It looks shite. I'm only touching 11th because Mr. Bird is doing WAB next year. He is. Birthday at 7 a.m. on Thursday. It's not Thursday, Stuart. It's a talky Tuesday. It's also not the birthday because that was on the Tuesday. Wild wording. Listen, if you had the opportunity to say cock, a trice, you would say it a lot. This is what we're doing. This is the level of entertainment. This is what we're here for. We're here for the bottom level of entertainment. If this is entertainment. I don't know what this is. This is also, we're not streaming right now. This is a live video. I am not a streamer. Got to get these things sorted out, okay? Mind you, if you guys like this sort of thing, would like more, then don't forget to thumb up, subscribe, and all that sort of stuff, you know. Do we do more live streaming in the future, chat? How's your cat's diarrhea? It cleared up. We had to get some probiotics and some medicine for the kitty, and we had to feed the kitty, and then I held the kitty while Mummy cleaned the kitty. We did that a couple of times a day. It was delightful, absolutely delightful. But after the first 48 hours, the diarrhea cleared up, and then within 48 hours after that, she was absolutely fine. It's been weeks since then, and they are mental. Peter Buchins, thank you for your donation. Thank you so much. Nice cock. A trice. Happy not birthday. Thank you for your kind words. I do appreciate. You think it's a nice cock? A trice? I think it's very, very orange. I think it will stand out in amongst the other policemen though, you know? When you're flapping around with your cock, a trice on the table, you want it to stand out. You want people to step back in alarm and go, why is that thing flopping around on the table? Why don't you put that back in your pants? And you say, my cock, a trice, can't fit in my pants because I'd snap its wings off. It is that big. That's what you want to say. And they're like, ew, you know, because who wants to look at another person's flopping around there? You know, you don't want it. You don't want that. That's mild given what he usually gets up to on here. Look, Stuart, the last live stream might have had to have been taken down, okay? Someone may have said see you next Tuesday twice. So it might have had to. But that's only happened once. We've only had to take down about half a dozen live streams. We may have had to take down over a dozen live streams during the course of live streams, but we're not streaming. This is a live video. Congratulations on 13 years of YouTube, and thank you. I'm amazed to be here. Honestly, I appreciate this support. It blows my mind. I always say that these streams are too arousing. Don't get too aroused, Blood Buffalo, particularly at work. You're a postman walking around all aroused at work as a postman in America. There's probably laws against that. Is it a skin color of broiler chicken? Oh, dude, it could look like a broiler chicken type cock, a trice, couldn't it? It does look like corn-fed cockatrice, you know? You see the corn-fed ones, and they look that colour. They do, because of all the corn. 13 for the 13th. Keep up the fantastic Horus Heresy battle. I will. I'm playing the Horus Heresy. I filmed a couple this weekend, you know. So they will continue to keep coming. This means your YouTube is now officially a teenager. We are in our teenage years. That is a very intelligent point that you've made there, Eternal Crusader. Sometimes you do make the intelligent ones, don't you? That's good. Mind you, this is why I go to the chat for the intelligent ones, because someone's got to raise the whole IQ up. But you're right. You're right. The IQ level has just gone up. We are now teenage YouTube Ninja Turtles. If you're going back, by the way, to watch any of the first videos that I ever produced on the YouTube, you won't find them. I had to delete the first like 6 months because copyright is a thing, music apparently. But who knew back then? Who knew? Who knew? I mean, we all know now. Copywriting, very important. But back then, no one knew. No one. It was in its early days. She's back. I can close the door. That means the pussies will be taken care of. You okay? Yeah. They've been really annoying running around and climbing over the back of the chair while I was trying to set everything up and everything. So I'm pleased you're back. Please feed them or something and don't let them back up. Lock them back in the dungeon. Right. Channel's going through puberty. The no kittens, we can't, no kitten rules. Have we ever seen the missus on stream? No, she doesn't want to be on the stream. I did once manage to get a picture of her on the Instagram. If you check out Winners SEO Instagram, scroll like way back. There's a picture of her. But quite frankly, she doesn't like 40k. I know, right? There are people in this world that don't like the Warhammers. If it isn't a crime drama, if it isn't someone's body being, like dissolved a la Breaking Bad in some American small town with some murder detective who used to be a member of the Spec Ops but got shot in the head once and forgot everything and is just now a small-time sheriff but has Jason Bourne type reflexes and meets up with a wacky sidekick who's also got a mysterious past, and together they learn more about each other and themselves as they track down people who melt other people in formalic acid, in the acid, in baths and things somewhere in Utah. If it's something like that, she's on it, okay? Basically, if I disappear one day, you're never going to find the body. Don't even bother calling the police, because if there's no body, there's murder. There's no murder. If it's not that, or the flipping Vampire Diaries, then she's not interested. I even tried to... She doesn't like Firefly. I got her to like Lord of the Rings, but she doesn't like Firefly. I mean, that's grounds for a divorce right there. Someone, I forget who it is, but someone had a homework project to watch Firefly. And whoever it was in the chat, if you don't immediately comment and say, I watched the Firefly, then you're banned forever. Travesty, I know! She doesn't like Firefly. I got to see episode 2. And she was like, meh. She doesn't like sci-fi. Travesty, WTF, oh no, she doesn't like the Firefly. No science fiction. The closest she'll get to science fiction is superhero movies, but let's face it, they're a bit shit these days as well. My wife loves watching winter battle reports during her nap time. Don't know who that is. Hey, Winters, I have a request of you and Just Craig. I love the Zone Mortalis bat rep, and as a big Ultramarines fan, I got to see a Zone Mortalis on the Underground War on Calth. So the next one I've already filmed with Just Craig, and it's not that. But that is a good idea. Zone Mortalis. I'm going to write that one down. 1 minute. Serenity. I know, I'm a leaf on the wind. Crutch shot coming up. Zone Mortalis, Ultramarines, Calth. Now, you think I'd have some post-it notes around to write on down here. I was going to say, but I can't find them, but I just found them. There's a new pack. Right, okay, calm down. We're good. We'll open these up. Everyone calm. We're going to talk about Warhammer in a minute. Guys, chat, questions. Underground, the surface of Calth. Yeah, All the Calth all the time. I do like the Calth thing. Like No Fear is a really good book, right? Red Marked, not so good. The under, yeah. But the short story one, not so good. But the book, good. Oh, 2 days Mexican bean salad in a row. Rough. Don't do it twice in a row, guys, unless you're Mexican and you can handle that sort of shizzle. How have we been, chat? How have we been? What you guys been get up to this last week? I tell you, I've painted a few things, filmed a few things. The weather's calmed off here in the UK. It has been scorchio for about 3 months now. And yeah, there's Just Craig. Winters, good evening. Happy 13th celebration, being a pro. Listen, Just Craig, this is not the live stream birthday thing, okay? The birthday was yesterday. It was yesterday, and I should have streamed and I didn't. Just Craig, someone said that we need to do a Zone Mortalis with the underground war on Calth. You've got Ultramarines. That's a good idea. Eternal Crusaders painting the line for a comp. Nice. Stuart, my wife loves Firefly, but it may be something to do with Nathan Fillion. Nice. Hear me out for a list idea. Okay, I'm hearing you out. Okay? I'm hearing you out. I'm reading you out. Maximum amount of destroyers per side. Have to max out Phosphex. Must include a Mastodon. Yeah. I mean, that's a great idea. I would need to buy a Mastodon. I would need to buy lots of destroyers with Phosphex. Then I would need to paint them all up. And then film it and then put it on. So year away, in a year's time, it could happen. And then find someone else who can also, I know one person with a Mastodon. Just one. And they don't play 30k. So I'd need someone else who does that. He's in. Just Craig is in. There we go. Underground War, Zone Mortalis, Calth, Just Craig is in. But not the one that we film, which is coming up next. And not the one that me and Craig are doing next. Because we're not filming. It's tournament practice for him. So probably the one after that, which will be October. So it probably won't come out until November. My oldest daughter is painting for my nails for my next tournament. Custodian's Golden Purple. Nice. Nice. Adding spikes to Chaos Vehicle. Because people keep mistaking them for Imperial vehicles. You've got to do that. You've got to do that. It's quite clear in the manual that when they roll out of the Chaos showroom, spikes and skulls must be included. When they roll out of the Imperial showroom next door, no spikes or skulls. Actually, skulls are quite common, but no spikes. It's a safety hazard. My first Horus Heresy game I remember was the first Ed list DA versus DA Calibalites run away to reach space, whatever. 10k per side. That's a huge game. Xanoth of Carthage has swung in off the top rope with a £5 super chat. Thank you very much. Thank you for the greatest content for so many years. Thank you, Xanos. Thank you for your donation. Can we get some GGs in the chat for Xanos, please? First time caller, I believe. I'm not sure. Not a name I recognise. Also, yes, 13 years. Not today, though. Not the birthday. But thank you for your donation. It keeps the lights on. I appreciate it. Thank you. Still here after all these years. GGs. Where are we? Stuart Fields. Played my first game of 11th. Somehow they made the cards even more confusing. Back to narrative now. It's, yeah, listen, there's a whole video that I need to do on helping new people like Little Timmy's get into the hobby for the first time, because it's not new people friendly anymore, is it, guys? I mean, how do you help new people get into the hobby now? There isn't even a mission in the main core rules. So Little Timmy starts to play. How do you start? They've made the cards even more confusing. Jackus Woods. Hi, Jackus Woods. Welcome to His House. Has come in with a donation as well. Happy birthday to the community that allowed me to create friendships with random men off the internet. That's what we do. That's what we do. We allow random friends. It's basically a dating site going on here. However, it is not the communities. This is not the 13th birthdays live stream. That was yesterday, and something really important came up. Okay, I couldn't stream. This is also not a stream. We're not a streamer. This is a live video. Just get that clear, because there's been accusations, quite frankly. There's been some PR accusations about me being a streamer. I am not a streamer. I'm not one of them. Full cap on God for real. And then Servo Skull has come in with 5 gifted memberships as well. Can we get GG's in the chat for Jackus Woods and Servo Skulls? See, we're all up to date with all the kids speak, all the streaming speak. We do talk the GG's. That's what they talk about. We do go for real on cap, on a stack, dead ass. We say all the lingo because that allows the YouTube streaming algorithm to think that I am said streamer, whereas really I'm just a live content. I have no idea. Really no idea what's going on. But GG's, thank you. Not the birthday, okay? It was yesterday. Very important things came up there. Battlefield 6 dropped a brand new map, Wake Island. Never seen it before. Stayed up till the stupid o'clock playing that with Grey Knight and Alex, and should have really come on and done this. Anyway, we'll ignore that. Next year will be better if we get to next year, because quite frankly I'm quite old now, and we're overdue the zombie apocalypse. I thought when I was a small child that a few things would be much more important in my life, like the Bermuda Triangle would be very important. I thought quicksand would be very important, and I thought surviving a zombie apocalypse would be very important. All 3 of these things have not happened in my adult years. Little Timmy will either sink or swim. When little Timmy joins now, yeah, but the little Timmy would always sink and swim joining the 40k. But back in the day, it was easier for little Timmys. I think 40k these days is designed by. It's designed for not little Timmys. It's designed for people who really, really, really like words. Lots of words. Don't know where I was going with that one. Xanos Carthage, first time chatter of what you see. I knew you were a chatter. Thank you, Xanos, for chatting in and jumping in with a new comment. Thank you, Servo Skull, for gifting all the things. Thank you, Jackus Woods. Garden Hammer was great, and I love the 4-player Hobby Apocalypse matches. Nice. Thank you, Xanos. Winter Stands. I try not to. Bad back. We know you're not a full real streamer. Thank you. We know you're not a full streamer. They stick to weekly schedules. We do weekly. Sometimes on time. We could do more streaming if you wanted. We could do more. Quite frankly, if you like, thumb up, share, celebrate, handstands, we could do more of whatever this is. If you want more, I could do this every goddamn day, okay? Except for Sundays, because, that's another battle report that come out then. Normally don't do the Wednesdays as well, because a battle report came out today. I could do this almost every goddamn day until you're absolutely sick of me. Don't ask for what you can't take, okay? I will give it to you so hard you won't be able to take it all, You won't be able to take it all. We've got to stick professional. We've got to be regular. Talkie Tuesday live streams 8 o'clock on the dot without fail. You've got to be professional. You can't give you get too much of a good thing. The internet broke before the bat rep did. First of all, the little Timmy needs a bunch of cash. 10th went too hard on the simplified, and 11th is a correction. Talkie Tuesday is now Talkish Wednesday. I like that one. Thanks for the years of content, old son. You got the old bit right. No one's called me son in decades. I appreciate you. Always wanted to ask you, when you set up, how about Tuesdays? Tuesdays is a good streaming day, Jackus Woods. Sunday is no good, right? Sunday, the other one comes out and you don't want to interfere with that. Wednesday, we've got the thing. Monday, I'm always busy. Heresy Mondays, that's a thing. Tuesdays is a perfect day for a live stream. Wednesday, Thursday as well would work. Right, always wanted to ask you, When you set up those beautiful boards, all the stone and rubble, are they all free scatter that you add to blend the terrain pieces in? Chinwag Wednesday. Yes. Look, please stand by. Someone's asked a legitimate question, guys. Okay, a legitimate question. I will demonstrate the answer. Chat amongst yourself for a while. I'll be back, right? Okay? Chat amongst yourself. No one say shit or bugger. All right? And no one say see you next Tuesday again, because the last live stream, completely unprofessional. Someone said that twice. Someone, don't know. We're not pointing names about who swore and broke YouTube thingy bobs. We're not pointing any fingers. But the last one had to get taken down, High Blood Buffalo. Right, I'm going to get the stones. Wait. Right, what you need is... did no one swear? Who else was surprised he was wearing more than just underwear? No, listen. What you need is... you need a lovely box from IKEA. Hashtag not sponsored yet. If there are any IKEA stands in the house, let me know. Then you need a beach with some rocks on it. Or you can get some aquarium gravel. Some of these rocks, by the way, have come from Dorset. Some of them actually came from IKEA. I don't know where they got them from. And some of them came from the Baltic coast. This is a multilingual box of rocks. They can speak many different languages. Then you also have to have one of these. I'm told that these are cleaning implements from the Stone Age, before people had things called vacuums. People used to use these around the house. And this is a brush and a dustpan. And you use your brush and your dustpan to sweep it all up at the end. And what you can do with your stones is you can put them on the table, and they look pretty. And that's how the stones work. But no, the secret. Hang on, wait a minute. Wait. Talk amongst yourselves again. No one say see you next Tuesday. It's all about the texture, you see, because it's not just the stones. The stones aren't really the secret sauce. The real secret sauce is lichen, like that you can get off the Amazons or the eBays. I think that big pack there is like £6. That's the secret sauce. The lichen's in amongst the stuff, gives it some zhuzh, gives it some jalebi. It's a bit like adding spice to your steak and kidney and onion pie, you know, like back in the day when we put children up chimneys and down mines and lived to the age of 40, and then everyone got cancer and died. Back in those days, you see, we didn't add the spice to the steak and onion and kidney pie. We didn't. Now we know what spice is. And now the children, they don't go down the mines anymore. And some people actually manage to live past 40 and not get cancer and die. Me, for example, I'm up to 53 now. It's amazing. Chat, let's lock in. Tazanara, Japan is in his house. Welcome to the chat, Japan. I'll see you next Tuesday, but it'll probably be a Wednesday. It's going to be... Look, we do Talky Tuesday live streams on Tuesday, okay? I don't know what this rumour is. Quite frankly, it's scandalous. It's blasphemy. It's heretical to suggest that these not live streams, these live videos cannot stream, happen on a Wednesday. These are Tuesdays. We stick to Tuesdays. Professional. You're professional. Consistency is the key for success on YouTube. And you know me. 13 years on YouTube. That's successful, right? So Tuesdays. We don't do these on Wednesdays. Good evening, Taznara. Eternal Crusader would really be getting tutorial on scattering. Yeah, you got a tutorial on scattering rocks. This is the content. Got a tutorial on the scattering of the rocks. This is the content level that we're at. It wasn't electric. No. Valentine milk. Always loved that idea. I don't think anyone did that before. How did you come up with the idea? Add so much. Well, I stole the idea with someone who came up with the idea before. Striking Scorpion used to use lots of rocks, so I stole his idea. Stuart Fields, the missus is refusing to make the morning cuppers. What is this world coming to? Stuart, call the police. It's a goddamn crime. Just Craig has been a member for 41 months. Thank you, Just Craig. That's a very long time. As I'm sat here painting my Reaver. Oh, by the way, guys, Just Craig said to me like a year or so ago, I'm going to buy a Titan, and then in our games of Horus Heresy, you can bring a Titan and I could bring a Titan. Wouldn't that be cool? And I said, Just Craig, that would be cool. We could play a game of Horus Heresy, have a Titan eat, it should be lovely. And then a short time after that, he said, I bought another one because I noticed you've got two. So you can have two Titans and I can have two Titans, and then we could play a big game of Heresy. And I said, yes, Craig, that would be cool. And then the other day he turned up and he said, I got four. And I'm like, what? He's got 4 Titans. That would not be cool, Just Craig. I mean, it's cool to paint and look at, and I appreciate the fact that you're doing it. But would not, I mean, that's you've got 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's at least 3 Titans. No, 1 minute, 4 minus 2. That's twice as many Titans that I've got. Just sat here painting my Reaver, so I didn't use my fingers to minus 2 from 4 there. We can edit that out later. We'll edit that out. I'm sat here painting my Reaver so I can move on to my Warbringer. That turned up today. I wonder, what is Winter's favourite Titan and why? He actually asked me a question there. What is my favourite Titan and why? Well, it's easy just to go with the Imperator class Titan, isn't it? It's easy to say that. But way back in the day when all the Titans and they were lead and things, and then you had the Adeptus Titanicus, and then I did like the Reaver, which is a main battle Titan. I've always liked the look of the Reaver. Them. Most Legios had more Reavers than Warlords or Scouts or others. But these days, when they dropped the big Beetleback Mars 3 pattern Warlord Titan and the Warlord Titans that you can get in Heresy and Adeptus Titan, they are lovely. They are just a classic Mark 3 Beetleback Mars pattern Warlord Titan. They look good, you know. They look good when you see them in those cutscenes striding forward, blasting. They're good. Mine's the Warhound. Nice. Yeah, nice. Right. Okay. In my defense, 2 of my 4 are babies, Warhounds. They're basically, you spelt there wrong. Their. I'm just saying. Anyway, they're basically knights, but there is a Reaver and a Warbringer now. 4. 2 Warhounds, a Reaver and a Warbringer. It was going to be 1, Just Craig. 1. 4 is 4, 3, 2, 3. 3 times more. Is it 3 times? It's more than 1. No, you spelled that. Tazrar, I forgive you from Japan, but there is wrong. Love the Warhound since playing Epic back in the day. It's lovely, yeah. It's just a pity they're 40k. I know. Why are the 40k rules for Titan shit? And why have they been shit for so long? Just, if it's got 3 guns, like the Reaver Titan, I think it's 2,000 points in the previous edition, had 3 guns. just make it blow the crap out of 3 things. It's only targeting 3 things and it costs you 2,000 points, but make it blow the crap out of them, and it doesn't. Also, here's another thing, because when you've got 80 plus wounds, as soon as you get to like 20 wounds, which is more than a wound on a Land Raider, suddenly your Titan's hitting on 4s instead of 3s. If there's anything in 40k that should always hit on 2s, it's a Titan, because the amount of targeting equipment on a Titan, and also if you get shot by a bullet and the head of the bullet is like that big, it might miss you. But if you get shot by a bullet and the head of the bullet is, I don't know, the size of a car, it's more likely to hit you, particularly if it's firing 20,000 of those cars a minute. It should hit on a 2. And it should have some kind of, just make it hit on 2s, make it have override, stabilizer, so it always hits on 2s. It doesn't matter what bracket it is. And when a Titan shoots a thing, it kills it. No one's bringing them to tournaments. It's a goddamn Titan. So make them the boss in Warhammer 40k and make them destroy shit. You know what I mean? That's what I would do. Let the Titans be Titans again. Let them be great. They used to be absolutely horrifying in 40k, and they should be. Winters demands excellence. I do. Probably from the spelling. According to legend, a plastic warhound is coming early next year. No, see, I happen to know, a little birdie told me that they did do the plastic warhound Titan. It is viable, it is doable, it is something or other, but it doesn't cost... It costs somewhere in the ballpark of making the resin one. It doesn't really save them that much money. So they've got economies of scale, that bad boy. And once they do, then maybe that will come out in plastic, maybe eventually. So I'm not sure we're going to see it in plastic anytime soon. I know behind the scenes they've done it, but I'm not sure we'll see it in plastic anytime soon. Maybe we will for next year, for 40 years of 40k. Would I get a plastic one if they released it? I mean, I'd have to see it first. It's a lot. Getting a Titan, as Just Craig will let you know, getting a Titan takes a long time to assemble and paint. Just Craig, how long does it take you to paint a Titan? Assemble and paint a Titan. How long? How long? One Titan, assemble and paint. You need 7 more Titans. He does not need 7 more Titans. Don't encourage this man. He's already got a meth problem. He's an Emperor's Children player. Slaanesh demands grammar perfection. Perfection, yes. I don't want to stop at 11. What? If you want the Titans to be Titans, then just play them in Heresy. This is the Heresy book for Titans, right? Is Henry Cavill behind a paywall? Why is he never on stream? I know, right? I know. I'm sure this is his favourite show. We've got Titans in here. There's a Reaver Titan. It is 1,500 points in the Horus Heresy. And it doesn't degrade when it shoots and things. It shoots things. But for some reason it's got a ballistic skill of 3. What the hell is that all about? Just Craig, have you actually read these rules? I'll let you when I finish one. Warhounds aren't too bad, however the war... Yeah, dude, I need to know how long it takes you to build a... You never run the base ballistic skill. What does that mean? I imagine the blast guns actually... The laser blaster is all I'm interested in. That's the big one. Laser blaster. Laser blaster. Why is my laser blaster not in the laser rules? Where did they put the laser blaster? Titan laser blaster. Are they in their own things? So I should have really read this more than once, but it's important if you do a... Hey guys, here's a YouTube channel tip. If you start up YouTube, like know your stuff. Know your things helps if you're gonna. Right, I found the laser blaster. Titan laser blaster. Strength 10, AP2, 5 damage. Armor bane. Firepower 3. It's got 3 shots. A strength 10, AP2, 5 damage. That's not bad. That's not bad. If they all hit, that's 15 damage. And it's 3 shots, so 2 of them are going to hit. Wow, with the scatter, the way the scatter works. It's not blast. Titan laser blaster is not We're done, aren't we, chat? With the rants about 3rd edition heresy. I think I've covered all the grounds. I think as far as heresy 3.0 and talking about some of the rules that don't work and some of the rules that need to change, I think I covered all the things. We're not going to go back into it. I'm trying not to be angry. Okay, Servo Skull. But it's called a laser blaster. Blast. It has always had blast. It's always been. That's why I've got it on both of my Titans. It shoots. I mentioned earlier, like, bullet this big, bullet the size of a car. When a Titan shoots a laser blaster at you, it's not a little laser beam like that can hit you. 3 shots, you need all 3 of them to hit. It's a blast template, okay? You can take a step to the left and a jump to the right. You can put your hands on your hips, but it doesn't fucking matter because it's a Titan. With a blast and it hits you, you die. And the laser blaster is not blast. How is that even possible? How could they fuck it up? So, Titan Volcano Cannon is still blast. That's only a 3-inch blast. 3-inch blast. The Titan Volcano Cannon. Wait one. I'll be back. Okay, talk amongst yourselves. For those that don't know, the AdMech, they're not very imaginative bunch, okay? They don't invent, they don't create, they're not scientists, they just find lost knowledge. Because all knowledge has been found, hail to the Omnissiah. All we have to do is uncover it. That's it. And then we will rise up humanity once more to a golden age. So they do not, with the exception of Belisarius Call and certain things on the front, largely do not invent. They get a las pistol, they turn it into a las gun. They turn that las gun into a las fusel. They turn that las fusel into a las cannon. They turn that las cannon into a laser blaster. And then finally, the largest arm-mounted weapon that you can get on a Titan, bigger than a Shadow Sword volcano cannon. The largest ground weapon you can get before you start getting to battleships that float in space is the Bellicose Volcano Cannon. When this weapon came out on a Warlord Titan, bear in mind you couldn't even buy Warlord Titans back then. This is Games Workshop making rules for models that they don't even create. When it came out, they released new blast templates for it, just to give you some idea of how big this gun is. That big. That is a 10-inch blast. Ooh, mama. Wait one. It had a rule, world burner. if any part of that template hit any part of terrain, a terrain feature, roll a 4 up. And on a 4, you just pick up that terrain feature, world burner, gone. And any models inside that terrain feature, gone. Because it's a Titan shooting into a ruin. I don't care if you dug into the ruin, there is no ruin. There is now a big crater in the ground. 3rd edition Horus Heresy says nah to that. Instead, that. It's hard. So hard not to get angry. So hard. I mean, size matters. It does. Particularly when it comes to Titans. It does. It's how you use it, really. What? It's not, no. Listen. Yes, obviously it's important to point it in the right direction. It is how you use it. But the point of a bellicose volcano cannon is you point it generally in the direction, okay? And it's going in there. It's going in hard, you know? It seems like testosterone levels are falling in Heresy as well. You said it, boy. You said it. Preach. Bless you, Winters. We all get the big stompy robots on the table. Look, I want the big stompy robots to be terror. If I'll go up against a Titan, I want it to destroy the shit out of me. But it's only destroying the shit out of a couple of units a turn every turn. You just pay the Titan tax. That's what you did. That's what you do. Don't even bother shooting at the Titans unless you've got another Titan. Just pay the Titan tax and pick up shit. Okay? And for 1,500 points, you're hoping it only kills 1,500 points by the end of the game, and you can spread out and score objectives and maybe win that way, maybe. Bellicose volcano cannon? What were they smoking? It's all about the technique. It is about the technique. General direction, big, and then it'll hit. In Dawn of War 1, there was a mission where the Titan arm weapon was flat on the ground and they occasionally shot. You had to move your units out of the huge grove that the thing cut through the whole terrain. Motion of the ocean is a lie. What? It's not how you use it. That tidy thing wouldn't be... Yeah, that's how a Titan... No, I don't see a 3-inch template carrying the torch for a weapon that had a rule. Yeah. World burner. How is... I don't... The bellicose would just taught... Yeah. Yes. Yes. You want terrible stats? Look up the boresight mounted Nemesis volcano cannon and remember that it's 2,500 points. So now you're talking about the Nemesis volcano cannon on top of the Deathbringer. Okay, we're going to take a look at that. Are you going to get me upset, Just Craig? Am I going to... Stranger come knocking. What are we talking about? We're talking about the biggest las cannon in the game, the bellicose, a volcano cannon, going from that to that. That's what we're talking about, the important topics of the day. Okay, there's nothing more important on God's green earth than... So, right, what am I looking at? Nemesis volcano cannon. One shot, strength 13, AP 2, 12 damage, blast 3. So it's that as well. One shot. What? I think we can all agree. I'm having fun with 3rd edition, okay? Just Craig is in the house, right? We played a game just this weekend, didn't we, Just Craig? And it was fun. It was lovely. It was fun. You may have run away from half of my army for the entire game. You may or may have not done that. There may be video evidence coming out to show your cowardice. There may have been a little human with a piece of metal, a sword, battering down your centurion with his command squad, these normal humans with his life wards, taking the charge, okay? Taking the charge of a command squad with a centurion and getting rolled by the humans, your transhumans. We like 3rd edition. Stuff like that happens, and you know me, I'm not the sort of person to mention a thing again and again and again and again and again after many years. I'm not going to bring up the fact that your centurion may have been dicked by a little guy with a piece of metal. I'm not going to bring that up many, 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 many times. However, if anything speaks about the problem with Heresy 3.0 more than that, I don't know what does. We need to be excited about our Titan weaponry. Quite frankly, that's a Havoc launcher, okay? That is a Titan gun. They made this for Titan weaponry. Just Craig, it wasn't cowardice, it was tactical genius. Don't believe what he's saying, people. I have video evidence, okay? The people will decide. Everything better than... I followed you for 13 years, still don't know the rules. Neither do I. It's fine. I don't really know the rules either. They change too much. Only a huge army and I've painted maybe 5 minis, but I've loved the journey, the laughs, the authenticity. So grateful to be here. Thank you. Everything better together. See, it's nice. We have nice people that drop into the chat every now and then. Okay, that was a nice person who came in. Thank you, Better. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, most people, 80%, according to Games Workshop's own figures, 80% of people don't even bother play. 80% of people don't play. Only 20% of people do. 80% of people just collect and paint. So you are in the majority, my friend. We are in the little minority over here. We actually try and make this thing work. And try not to get upset about this. Can we move on from the blast templates, please? Can we stop bringing that up again and again and again? Because quite frankly, I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm a little bit triggered right now. Let's lock the fuck in. Astartes knows quite a lot of fear in Horus Heresy. It does. They do run away in Heresy. They do run away, but they always used to run away a little bit. It's like they're not as so hypno-indoctrinate. That was one of the interesting things. Like back in 40k in 7th edition when Heresy first dropped, there was a rule called, and they shall know no fear, for Space Marines. And the rule, and they should know no fear, was always the rule for Space Marines until 8th edition. So, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. Space Marines were the only faction out of all the factions that could fall back but automatically regrouped all the time. It was really annoying if you played anything but Space Marines against them, because I remember my Eldar friends and my Necron friends and my Tau friends and all that saying it's really OP and overpowered. There's a whole main mechanic in the game, which is the morale phase. You basically ignore it, you fall back, you auto regroup, and you don't count as regrouping, and then you can move, shoot, and charge as normal. It's crazy, and they shall know no fear. And I just thought it was cool. And the other factions, they had their things as well. Like Eldar had Fleet, Tau had their Marker. It's fine. Other factions had their things, and they shall know no fear was really, really cool. And then when Heresy dropped in 7th edition, that rule wasn't there. And they deliberately put in, Alan Bly put it in the book, like, Space Marines back in the day knew leadership and would fall back. They're not running away. They're tactically reposit. They would fall back and regroup and da-da-da. It was different back then. The and they shall know no fear, techno, hypnotic, Daft Punk songs in their brain which would hold them on the line no matter what. That came after the Heresy, but before the Heresy, they were a bit more free thinking. You know, the Blood Angels, they did a bit of poetry. Yeah. You had Zephon, the bringer of sorrows. He loved to play the harp. True story. He's in the whole book and everything. He loved the harp. That's what they did back then. Harp players, if you shoot an Uzi in their general direction, will probably run away. But these days, 40K, in 40K, the Marines, they don't play harp no more. Killer Griegsman is in the chat. Dropping a dono. Thank you for £2 Hobnob Funds. Thank you for the Hobnob Funds. Killer Griegsman, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you, fam. Thank you. £8 runners around. Immunity is sweep and advanced. Yeah, also, yeah, they could not be sweep and advanced. Yeah, they just didn't. You could also, yeah, you couldn't sweep and advance them. Yeah, so in close combat, yeah, they would just auto regroup and they couldn't be swept, which was big. It was big. It was a big rule, but it made them feel different. I mean, like, Tyranids were fearless in Synapse. They invented the rule fearless for Tyranids back in, it was first edition, second edition. It appeared. It was, and they invented the rule feel no pain, by the way. The rule feel no pain was invented for Blood Angels. Back in second, third, forget which one. 6 up, feel no pain. They all had a 6 up, feel no pain. And then look at it now. It's everywhere. And Tyranids haven't got fearless anymore. And Space Marines don't have and they shall know no fear. I liked it. I would prefer Space Marines in 40k to have and they shall know no fear than Oath of Broken. I mean, and they shall know no fear would be, what would it be now? Automatically recover from battle shock test at the start of the command phase would be it. No, it doesn't. I mean, battle shock's different now. It's a different game now. It wouldn't really work, would it? Wouldn't really work. Been playing Warhammer since lockdown. Played the third game on Monday. Welcome, Hammer Nimu, to the game. Welcome. Necron players complaining about leadership tests when they were, they were army-wide leadership 10. Just a blank 10, but you could make them break in close combat. You see, you kill enough of them, and then you could sweep them. That's a thing you could do. Only hams, warhams. Why are your fingers yellow? Oh yeah, I've been painting. I finished off 2 Shaman for the old world, and I also painted my cock a trice today. Don't ask me why it's a pukey, yellowy thing. Just don't. But that's why that is. That's from painting my cock a trice. Also, I've got some sterling mud on my arm, and I don't know how it got there as well. We discussed this earlier in the stream, but thanks for catching up. I remember Necrons being obnoxious. They were. What is a hobnob anyway? It's like a knob, but it's got some hob in it. Ran my World Eaters last weekend. Did you? Lord of Skulls did 56 damage to Waz Daka Guts Mech. That was a bit satisfying. That sounds nice. Edmund really betrayed his family for a Turkish delight because chaos. Yeah. Anyway. Chat. Thank you for joining me on this week's Talkie Tuesday live stream for not the 13th birthday of the channel, and for your continued support for this entertainment. Thank you. Don't forget to thumb up, like the stream. Have I drank all my? Get a mug, get the merch. I've had other thing. We'll do that. I'm still at work. You're done when I'm done. Okay, sorry. Right, got to bounce. Cheers. Thank you. Also, did you mean Waffle Wednesday? No, it's not a Waffle Wednesday. This is a Talkie Tuesday live stream. Punctuality and precision is important, I think. Don't you? I think it's important. Okay? It's a Talkie Thursday. It's not, Stuart. It might be where you are in the Upside Down. Thanks. No, thank you. Valentina Milk, thank you. Toodle Pip, I wasn't going to bugger off. I was going to actually... Are we going? Are you going? Is everyone going now? Are we all going? Am I going? I was going to talk about some of the Orc releases, but I was trying to do a thing where I summarised where we got to, so then we could go and talk about the Orc releases, and everyone's buggering off. So are we buggering off now? Run the bath, cat. We're buggering off. Okay, so thanks, guys. Thanks for taking part in this week's Talkie Tuesday live stream. No, we're going, aren't we? Looters and burners are gone from the 11th edition codex. I've only got 30 looters. It's always Tuesday in Swindon. Okay, we're locked in. Are we locked in? Are we cracking on? Talk about orcs, damn you. Okay, right. Dance, monkey boy, dance. Let's reduce that. Where is my thing that I had set up earlier? Why is it not on the thing? It should be on the thing. Are you guys still here, by the way? Are we still here? I'm here. You're here. Let the rest leave. Right, okay, you're still here. We need to talk about the orcs, because orcs are coming. I think they've announced that the codex comes out. Do you guys know when the codex... I do, but do you guys know when the codex is coming out? You did your wrapping up things. It wasn't my wrapping up things. That was an end of a chapter before we go into the new chapter. I was saying thank you to everyone. I was going to talk about liking, sharing, subscribing, thumb up, linking your Twitch primes. Okay, we were going to talk about those things. I was perhaps going to simp for a dono or something. I was lining it all up. And then, it wasn't that professional. We need to make sure that when I start simping for the things, that it doesn't feel like, okay, it could be better, right? Listen, stranger come knock. I know what I did. Pre-ordered this weekend. Yeah. Why don't you have a stomper? I did, but I gave it away to a friend. I don't know why. Back in 8th, I had some orcs, including a stomper, which I never played with. You never saw on the channel. Had about 1,000 points because I really liked them. And then I gave them to a friend. He said, I'm starting orcs. And they never did. You know, Orc Co-op Saturday, 2 weeks. Yes, so they have let you know when it's coming out. Right, so we have got this stuff about the orcs. You do know what's going on. Okay, right, so I can talk about this finally. Should have really looked at the email. Where's the email they sent? I'm not going to open the email because then I should have actually looked at the codex as well that they sent through, but that would have taken time away from Battlefield 6. Right, are we ready? Are you guys ready? Locked in? You ready for this? We are gonna share a screen. There we go. Anatomy of an 11th edition codex. What do you get? Let's find out. Somebody please get this man a stomper. If you aren't going to get me a stomper, somebody please, can you assemble it and paint it as well? Because honestly, there's a lot of things on the pile right about now. And the stomper is just... Right, okay. Well, he could just use his cat. I could... Right, the first thing you'll notice is the book is a soft back. It's like the 500 Worlds. Have we noticed that? No, listen, you're not keeping me away from Battlefield 6. It was just... Yesterday they dropped a new map called Wake Island. It's never been seen on Battlefield before, ever. Brand new map. And the boys were like, shall we play some Battlefield? And I got a live stream, man. I've got a live stream. It's a live streaming things. I've got to do the thing. And then they went, McFly, are you a chicken? And I was like, nobody calls me a chicken. And that's the reason why Marty McFly gets into all sorts of trouble, and Doc Ock, he gets killed. You know, spoiler for a 30-year-old movie here. It all goes horribly wrong. Because someone called, and they called me, and I've got the Marty McFly thing, and I had to drop in to Wake Island for the first time. I had to. Stuart Nuggle for Life has been a member for 41 months. It's about time Orcish Knights was a codex. Yes, exactly. Thank you for your 41 months as well. So it's softback and a hard shell. Say what now? Right, yes, look. It's all more orky goodness there. And then what people have done is they've looked at this, right? They looked at all of this and made 10-minute videos bemoaning the fact that there aren't any looters and like they see that. And the reason why the videos are 10 minutes long is because then they can put in all the ad slots. And if it's less than 10 minutes, they can't put in the ad slots. So it's very important that it's a 10-minute video when they see all the things, right? So that happens there. That's in, where are we? One of the most comprehensive bestiary of all the orc units, right? Returns with a bang, okay. Ballooning the lore section in Codex Orcs from about 40 pages in 2024 to nearly 102. So we've got more lore. The fact that the lore went down to 40 pages in the first place was shocking. We've talked about this before on the live streams. Codexes should be stuffed with lore. Witness the pitiful that word of a humble Gretchen. Learn what the difference is between a hunter rig and a kill rig, and read about the rise of power of the one only Gazgul Thranker. I've heard of that guy. Not as good as Howling Mad Murphy, as far as I'm concerned. New part of the Codex, a handy collector's guide to what gives new players a rundown of 6 key detachment armies themed around them. It's a great way to find new ideas for an army with 15 detachments to play with. As we mentioned earlier this week, there's a huge variety of builds you can manage. Collector's guide that gives new players a rundown of 6 key detachments. A new part, okay, good. That's nice. That's nice. One of the most important parts is the little code that you get at the back. Go to the Warhammer 40k app if you want the full rules that you paid the rules for. Speaking of the 40k app, okay, so it's an advertisement for their goddamn app. Right. Okay, so that, right. I actually bought the app for the first time. I never bothered with the app before, you know. I just used the, what's it called? The Minotaur and Phil manual and the PDFs and the stuff. I just used them. But it's, you need the app now. The other stuff is so unmanageable that if you wanted to keep up to date with all the things, you need the app. They've made the app impossible not to stay away from. Iron Hands FTE. Stop by and say your videos got me into trying 40k for the first time. I'm going with Iron Hands as they seem to be easiest by. Dude, welcome. Welcome to the Iron Hands, man. Yeah, the flesh is weak. And yeah, they are very easy to paint. Highly recommend. If you want to start with Marines anywhere, Iron Hands or Iron Warriors, basically something with iron in it. Because Iron Warriors spray lead belcher, use null oil, done. Iron Hands spray brack, a bit of light dry brushing of the lead belcher, null oil, done. I mean, they are good lead, and the Iron Hands have got so much character to them as well. Should only be rules and a guide to playing the new army, like a video. Yes. On the upside, you don't need the physical cards, which balances some. Yeah, I don't. I've never. I mean, the cards. Do we do the cards? Does anyone do the cards? Right, there must be some more in here. That was the anatomy. Mix and match. No, let's go to 40k. 15 new. I'm painting a gold trim on the Hell Chicken, the Emperor's Children. Yeah, dude. There is a reason why. There is a reason why I haven't got the Hell Chicken in the Emperor's Children. I think that and the Sorcerer is the only thing I haven't got. And the reason why is the gold fucking trim. Just don't paint it. Just leave it grey. Okay. Just leave it grey. Where are we? 15 new. Oh, let's have a look at this one. 15 new orc detachments let you build your perfect. Wow. Look, there's a stomper. I definitely need a stomper. Gold magic marker is a good point as well, Sad Donkey. A lot of people tell me that when you do the gold trim, see what I do is I spray silver and then contrast in. Spray the trim and do the panels with contrast or really washed, and then it flows into all the panels. And then you don't need to pick out the trim because the trim you did first. That's one way to do it. Or, as Sad Donkey said, I've heard this from quite a lot of people as well, do your trims using metallic markers. I forget who it was. I think it might have been James March. Literally sat there in front of me, just did them all. Like he'd painted the thing and sprayed them and did some detailing, and then he got out one of these gold metallic markers and went do, and 10 minutes I was like, oh my god, you revolutionized the industry right there. It works. You know your mental health is on point if you can paint a hell yeah, I have a hell turkey. I'm determined to get value out of it. This edition, what do you mean this edition is against units that can fly? Since 8th they haven't liked anything that flies in 9th, 10th or 11th. They've just basically, how do we fit fly into the tournament scene? Oh, I don't know. Tournament players get a bit upset because of the way the fly thing works. I know what we're going to do is we'll nerf anything that flies aircraft into the goddamn ground. Oh, but then the tournament players might play it every now and then. Yes, they will. That's what we're doing because we got to make tournament players really happy. Oh, the tournament players are really happy now. What about everyone else who likes to actually fly aircraft over the battlefield like goddamn aircraft? And you know what they say to those people? They say, fuck them. That's what they say. And I like flying my aircraft over the battlefield and I'm not upset about it. And they did the same in Heresy as well with this on minigame mechanic where you come out and you bugger off. Why can't an aircraft fly like aircraft? Why? Why is this bullshit minigame bullshit shit? Everyone calm down. Stop yelling at clouds. We're not ranting about tournament players ruining 40k since 1994. We're not ranting about that. We're talking about the Orc Codex. Can we lock in, please? Lock in. Guys, acrylic paint markers are so good. Edge highlight and all the zigzags take crazy long. What are your feelings on 3D printing models? 3D printing models is a great idea so long as you've got a friend who can 3D print. Because otherwise, if you do it yourself, it's a whole... It becomes, I've spoken to a lot of 3D printers, it becomes a whole hobby in itself, the 3D of the printing. So I've got no problem with the 3D printing. Let's face it, you've got to have spent quite a bit of money on Games Workshop and be in the hobby if you're 3D printing, you know. Rule of cool, Helldrakes are cool, they are cool. 7th Editor had many issues, but I liked how I like how it did flyers. 3D printer here, shit sucks. Yeah. 3D printers, I mean, they're great if you don't have to deal with them. Can we talk about Codex Orcs, please, guys? Okay? Do we want to talk about Codex Orcs? Right. So we're gonna talk about the Orcs. Is everyone ready? Hydrate. Stay hydrated. I'm going to talk more about the Orcs, and thank you for joining me on this Talky Tuesday live stream for the 13th birthday of the channel. It's been an emotional roller coaster, and the trick is to have a model making company and a tabletop gaming hobby. That's a good yes. Right, Orcs. Okay, screen share. See, I've got I bloody sorted this technology out, so we've got to bloody use it. I know there's a way to put my face in the bottom corner, but I don't know how to do that. So that's why you just get this, which is, I mean, that's better than looking at this. You know, I wouldn't want to look at this. Every now and then I go, you yawn, you wake up, you brush your teeth in the morning, you're like, I look in the mirror, it still gets me, honestly. It's like a thing from the warp. So that's much better. That screen share is good. Looking great witness. Thank you, Hamhawk. You can come back. I did almost lock in there for a minute. We did almost lock in and get to the Orcs. Remember, this is a Warhammer live stream, okay? This is content. This is the content we're here for. We're here for this content. We're going to dive into the content. Are you ready? Let's screen share. Let's do this. Right. 15 new orc detachments let you build your perfect war. Are we ready? Are we sitting down? Is everyone drinking? Where are we? First, the big number. You get a whopping 15 detachments. Brilliant. I predict next Orc Codex, right? Because this Orc Codex we had 5. Next Orc Codex, 15 detachments. You know what's better than 15 detachments? Next year, 40 years of 40k. When they drop Warhammer 40k 12 edition, we're going to get 78 attachments in the new Orc Codex. Yes, they're no longer to be called detachments. They're going to be called attachments. You get 78 of them, and you can make... And you can do the thing and attach a thing with the thing. We need more. 15 is higher than 5, therefore it's better. Spinal Tap, it went all the way up to 11. Better than 10, it's better. 15 is better. We need more Orc detachments. 15 is not enough, Games Workshop. I mean, honestly, those are rookie numbers. 12th edition, I want 78 Orc attachments. Or that's it. Or we're going on strike. Okay, we're going on strike. What are you thinking about these price rises? Is it ever too much? It's never too much. They should treble the cost of everything. Games Workshop need more money. They're only a multi-billion FTSE $100 thing. They need as much money as they can. They've only just signed a multi-billion dollar contract with Amazon. Amazon's got no money. They've got to spend all the money on postage. Amazon are probably really poor. And Games Workshop and Amazon coming together, that's never going to end badly. Games Workshop need to put up the prices. Games Workshop need as much money from Amazon as they can squeeze out of those poor little people there. Give Games Workshop all your money. That's what I think about price rises. It's fine. It's everything in this economy as well, with global war and terrorism and the sky falling down, dogs and cats living with each other. Why not put up a tank? So instead of spending, where's the thing? Latara Saren. Look at the size of that model. £30. That's completely fair and reasonable for that. I think that's what I think about the price rises. It doesn't upset me at all. Attachment really makes more sense since we can combine them. It does, doesn't it? Attach rather than detach. Call them attachments. Did I make sense? People that didn't live through formations are excited about detachments. That's a good point, yeah. Because this is basically... Games Workshop need a stream where we can donate to them. Dude, yes. Games Workshop live streaming. I mean, they're doing everything else. They're doing battle reports. They're doing lore videos. They're even doing... Sorry, sticks in my throat every time. Coaching videos as well. They've taken every idea from every YouTuber who started the ideas before Games Workshop even started YouTubing. And they're doing it themselves. Pretty soon, they're going to be doing live streams. $90 for a 45-point truck. $90 for a 45-point truck. You want to try living in Australia, mate? Australia, mate? Talk to us. Stuart Fields down here. It's 3 times the cost down in the land down under. 3 times. Do they even patron? Games Workshop, if you're listening, and they're not. Games Workshop, if you're listening, someone might send them this clip. So let's lock in. Hi, Games Workshop. It's me, your old pal, Winter's SEO. Remember, we've had a few chats in the past. Sorry about the thing. I did say sorry and said I'd never do it again. I know it was deeply unprofessional and it was a launch weekend and everything. And I know it was embarrassing for you to get pulled over by the security guard because that guy over there definitely shouldn't have been doing that thing. And then we had the awkward... We hugged it out. We hugged it out in the end. All right. I didn't get kicked off site like that other guy. All right. Nameless. But I didn't. Thank you for not doing that, by the way. But remember, let's start this again. Right. Because this might get clipped and sent. Ignore that. We'll edit that out. Hi, Games Workshop. It's me, your old pal, Winter's SEO. Yeah, I know we haven't chatted in a while, but I've got a good idea for something to help you make a little bit of money. Because I've noticed that you've stolen every single idea that every single YouTuber has. No, start it again. Start it. Hi, Games Workshop. It's me, old pal, Winter's SEO. Great to see you again. Just ignore the thing that happened back. Anyway, listen. Because you've borrowed every single idea that every single YouTuber has ever started before you and improved upon them, let's say, because obviously everything that you do is perfect in the Emperor's Children kind of way, without all the tentacles. Unless you like tentacles, okay? Some people like tentacles. You can go to the hub. This is a whole other thing and watch lots of tentacles on there. Wouldn't recommend advertising this to some of your childhood or let's audience. We need to reset this. Short and sweet, right? When you're talking to professional billion-dollar companies, you need to come in like the lion's den, no, the dragon's den. You need to be short. Their attention span is short. Not their attention span is short. It's my attention span is. Their attention span is long, but their times is short. Is important. So now we need to. What you need to do. So dollar idea. You told them the idea. It's about them stealing all the ideas from other YouTubers and then make a patron themselves. That's what we need to get across to them. Not stealing. Not stealing. Inspired by. That's the word. Hi, Games Workshop. It's me, old pal, Winter's SEO. We're not pals. They fucking hate me. Hi, Games Workshop. It's me. No. Let's pretend I'm someone else that they really, really like. You know that. Hi, Games Workshop, it's me, Pardo. What you guys should do is set up a Patreon channel and get even more money from your fans, your loyal fans. He's not American. He's not American. What are the American guys that... What we should do is cut this bit out, actually. We should cut this bit out of the live stream. The last live stream that came up on a Talkie Tuesday, and it was definitely a Talkie Tuesday. It wasn't a Wednesday. The last one that came out, we had to cut it off of YouTube. We had to cut it off. Someone said, see you next Tuesday a couple of times, okay? It may have strayed over the professional grounds that you should do on a YouTube live stream when I've clicked on the things at how the level of swearing that happens on this channel is. We definitely won't go down to that level where we sunk below. We went below the waterline, so we might have got rid of that one, okay? And then this week we didn't even turn up on the Tuesday. It was the 13th birthday and everything, and now we are straying off topic all over the place, and there are shots fired, quite frankly, by the chat. It's all the chat's fault. If I had to point some fingers, I couldn't. You can't blame yourself, because quite frankly, in this household, I get blamed for everything all the time anyway. And I can't carry any more blame. I can't. It's my fault that the shower door is not closed correctly, or that the toilet seat is not in the down position because a kitten might fall in the toilet seat. Like somehow it's the Atlantic Ocean, and the kitten could drown inside. There are so many things in this house. So we'll just, this time, chat, you're going to have to catch a stray on this one. All of that stuff that previously happened there, we'll edit that out, okay? We'll edit that out. We'll try and keep this video up. See if YouTube gets upset with it, or anyone else gets upset with it, on this Talkie Tuesday 13th birthday live stream. The chat, we're still here. How are we still here after 13 years? I don't know. We were supposed to look at I think it's probably best. Listen, it's probably a good idea if we all just leave. How about that? We'll wrap up at this stage and pretend, let's pretend this never happened, and I'll see you next Tuesday for the next Talkie Tuesday Warhammer live stream with me, your host, Winters SEO. Good night. Or do we just keep going? I mean, that was a pretty professional edit there. That was probably the most professional thing that happened this stream so far. And I really need to go away and think about some of the things I said. Or do I care? I don't care. Let's crack on. Let's crack on. No, let's marathon this shit. It's the start of the day. Orc Codex is fun. Okay, we'll do some bloody Orc Codex then. Let's do some Warhammer on this Warhammer stream. It's almost 5 across the pond. What the hell are you talking about? I don't know. Screen share. Let's jump into this. 15 detachments. 15 isn't enough. They need at least 28. Clearly 15 detachments. See, this is the other thing I was talking about earlier. Like, it was easier to keep up when there's like 28 detachments now, but there's so many that came out since 8th. There's like 6 or 7 new detachments since 8th. It was below 20. Now it's nearly 28. And there wasn't 78 different detachments or 15 different detachments or how many fucking numbers there are now. To know all the orc detachments and all the stratagems and all those orc detachments, and then the next faction and the next faction. Let's do this. Let's do the math on this. 28 detachments times 15. That'd be 420 detachments. Let's assume that all of those detachments have only got 3 stratagems in each. Times 3. 1,260 stratagems to memorize. Gotchas, basically. 1,260 gotchas. I think the important thing to do with Warhammer these days is just to lock in. Okay? Like I do on this channel all the time. You just lock in. Be professional. Paint a cock. A trice every now and then. I love my cock. A trice. Sickly, corn-fed chicken cock. A trice. Yeah, I'm going to keep saying it that way. If you get a cock, a trice, you'd say it that way all the time as well. You would. You would. It's the opportunity to abuse it. So I think the important thing is just to paint your miniatures, have fun with the hobby, stick your head up every now and then, like what's going on, and then play the game. Whatever game it happens to be. Even if bellicose volcano cannons go from that to that, which is just sad. It's just sad. It's just sad. Now I'm torn between rewinding and seeing what happened and watching it to see if it gets worse. It can always get worse, just Craig. It can always get worse. I remember 8th when making a battalion and having 6 stratagems seemed like a challenge. Yeah, man. Right, let's do, look, guys. Let's get through this together, okay? Let's limp to the end of this live stream. It's not a stream. I'm not a streamer. Live video. We'll get to the end. We're going to talk about these 15,000 orc things. It's fine, right? We're going to talk Warhammer. Stop yelling at clouds. Everyone lock the fuck in, right? And again, if you want more of this kind of thing, like, share, thumb up the screen, all that crap. If you want more live streams, I was thinking about, now we've done 13 years. Do I live stream more? Do I live stream twice a week or 3 times a week? Because Servo Skull was up there going, he actually really looks, he's keen. And I like Servo Skull. He's a nice guy. And then there was another guy in the Discord who was like, I watched a Valrak stream the other day and it was utter shite. And so I've come across to you. Like, Valrak gets lots of people looking at him. We're exclusive, okay? We're an exclusive group. There's not a lot that have got your level and my level of sense of humour that actually find this entertaining. We are in a class, we're in a minority here. Most people like that other. But, you know, those kind of that feedback and that love, it makes me feel fed back and loved. It makes me feel good. It's nice to hear these things. So I was thinking about it, but honestly, I'm not sure the demand is there. Late but here. Greg Shimonin is always goddamn late. You're lucky we're still on, mate. I'm annoyed that I figured out that other than Warhorde, everything is a single page, 1 rule, 2 enhancements, 3 strats done. Is it really? Where would you recommend getting blast templates for 4th edition to a player new to the edition? Is eBay? Yeah, you know, Temu, eBay, things like that. Just Google blast templates. You'll get them dirt cheap. You know, like dirt cheap. Right, Greg Shimonin. I'm gonna shoot. We're talking about orcs. Greg Shimonin. I pressed the wrong button. We're still here though. Right, so we do that button. And then we do this button. Runt Swarm. What does this do? Sneaky little gits. When a friendly Gretchen units have... But we're not looking at runts. Shooter boys. Friendly orc with 3... We're not bothering. Are we going to bother? Take these two, for example. Runt Swarm is the new home of Battle Line Gretchen. Is it? So if you're not up for a Dreadnought mob of any kind, or if you don't... No one's going to take these as Battle Line. You take 1 little unit in the backfield to screen out, or 2 little units to screen out and steal you some CP, and that's all they do. It's all about the boys. It's not about the Gretchen. Don't be silly. Sneaky little runts role solidifies their role as cheap and expendable unit that can spring up the field, complete a mission, action, then die horribly. Yeah, and that's all they're there for. You don't need a whole detachment. Stupid. Infested war zone. 2 CP. Any phase when an enemy unit is attacked. 1 friendly Gretchen unit that was just destroyed. You can target that unit with a stratagem even though that unit was destroyed. Add a new Gretchen unit to your army identical to the destroyed unit in strategic reserves at starting strength with 4 wounds remaining. For 2 CP, you get some more Gretchen in. 2 for Gretchen. We're particularly fond of the infested war zone. Oh, are you? Let you bring a whole mob of 20 Gretchen back. Is this one? A whole mob of 20 Gretchen back into the action. We're particularly fond of infested war zone. 2 CP. Gretchen. They're fond of it. Oh dear. You may remember that we... this is bullshit. 6, 13 years, holy hell, your middle schoolers, check it. Thank you. Thank you for the birthday wishes. I appreciate you. Stuart Fields, that's a bold strategy. Yeah, we'll see if it pays off, Cotton. 2 CP for that. Right, you remember we talked about Shooter Boys detachment, getting a ranged thingy-bobs, adding assault to your infantry units like flash kits and tanks blasters. Yeah, that's this one, right? This is, they get assault with the DAC. Oh, yeah, here we go. 1 CP. In your shooting phase, when a friendly Orcs infantry unit is selected as your infantry. This is an infantry unit. Sustain hits 1. So Orcs are going to hit on 6s most of the time because of the new cover mechanic. But let's say they're hitting on 5s. An infantry unit. A big mob of boys. I mean, lots of dagger guns. You could chuck out 40 shots, hit on 5s. Strength 4, AP 0. No, you're not bothering. You're not bothering. What other infantry unit can chuck out a lot of decent shots? Meganobs? No. No, you're not using that one either. That one's shit. Right, a couple of detachments. Eschew. Look, they did a big word. Wow. Tradition entirely, and drop all stratagems in favor of double-sized enhancement list. Brute bosses is one of the most focused detachments we've seen yet, beefing up your war bosses and your only war bosses. Right. Detachment, hard as nails. that used to be -1 to wound, but now it is. If this unit has not been selected to fight, roll a d6 on a roll of a 1. On a 1+ is riled up, so count as wow. On a 3, don't endure the war. Okay, so when your war bosses died, on a 1, the unit get a wah and the war boss punches. That's quite nice. But it's a detachment rule and war boss. So you're going to need lots of war bosses to bring it off a bunch of times. In the lore, you have a war boss in charge of your thing. Not 7, but mind you, there's sometimes I have like a speed war boss and a normal war boss. So you have a couple of war bosses together, but it never works out well. By the end of the battle, they'll be beating the shit out of each other. Anyway, there's the thing. Enhancements, Blitz boss. War boss model only, a transport unit excluding walker. So war boss inside a transport gets +2 move and then in bun. Well, all of the transports up a 6 up in bun, +2 move. There was a few YouTube videos like saying, well, orcs are really broken and things. I haven't clicked on any of them. And I'm reading this so far thinking, nah, it's fine. It's fine. Everything seems fine. This and the weird boy themed detachment that accompanies it are perfect for the last point of DP. DP. You won't have any extra attractions to worry about in a minute. What else can you do in Codex Orcs? Well, if you caught the blink and you'll miss it reveal in the 15-page detachment and big summer preview, let's have a quick buzz. War Horde. Big detachment with 6 stratagems and 4 enhancements. Green Tide Boys. Bully Boys, Knobs and Mega Knobs. Tactical Brigade. Storm Boys and Advanced Forward Operations. Wreckers. Tank Busters. Breaker Boys. The Big Hunt. Beast Snaggers. Madcap Mechs. Mechs and Big Mechs. Dread Mob. Blitz Brigade. Hurl wagons up the battlefield and empower the units and such. Yeah. Cult of Speed. Flyboys. Band. For weird. Runt, Swarm, Shooter Boys and Brute Bosses. Few. That's quite a few, isn't it? Few. That's quite a few, isn't it? Not as many as 78. I want to see 78. We're already cooking up some awesome army concepts like hordes of killer cans and dread stomping up the field while mech support them with mech guns, artillery, or an endless tide of brutal chopper-fueled violence using Supreme Tide, Big Tide. There's a nice picture, that's good. Like all the codexes going forward, the detachments available in the Codex Orcs, a fresh start to build for it doesn't mean we have to give there. You'll also get new units, short stories, and lots of... Don't forget the app. Whatever you do, buy the app. App. Important. That's all for now. That's all for now. That's all the orcs. That's all. That's so many orcs back. Anything else? We did the detachments, orcs to get data sheets bigger. We looked at them last time. Mix and match. What's this one? Spin through this. Mix and match that. You can mix. Okay, right, what? How to assemble models. What? Is this a thing now? How to. Right, okay. Someone was definitely told at Warhammer HQ, 1 minute we need an article for the Warhammer community thing. Quick, we have to for content. We need some content. I can't think of any content, sir. What you could do is we'll take some pictures of some stuff and we'll show people how they can build some stuff. Right, we got to the end. We did some Warhammer. We looked at the orcs. Honestly, I'm quite excited for the orcs. I don't know if you need 15 detachments or 78 or even 5. Orcs. I want some new miniatures, new ways to play. I want the Daka rule back again. I want shit to go horribly wrong when you play orcs. That's what I want from my orcs, okay? I want orcs, boys, just want to have fun. I know she said girls just want to have fun, but quite frankly, she was right out. Boys want to have fun, particularly knobs. Knobs want to have fun. And I want to have heads exploding. I want snotlings appearing in the left trousers and the leg of a Terminator arm. I want heads. I want weird boys trying to jump from A to B and just blowing themselves off. I want explosions. I want mayhem when there's boys. And I want such a wall of lead to hit my opponent's lines that it doesn't matter if I'm hitting on sixes, because there's a lot of it. That's what I want from the boys. And if the Codex has got that in it, walls of lead and crazy shenanigans in it, then I'll be happy. If the Codex has squeezed it down to tournament level things, and there isn't much of that in it, because there still is these days, there still is, then I'll be leaning in on that shit. I'll be leaning in on all the craziness, because that's the fun with orcs. That's the fun to play against orcs. That's the fun to play with orcs. That's where the Warhammer is. I like it when Warhammer happens, whether I'm playing against it or playing with it. I like the stories that happen when you play the game. That head exploding, that flank around here, that stuff, I like it. Okay? I'm going to really enjoy playing with my cock a trice when this is on the table as well, because that can petrify people and turn them to stone. That's a lot of Warhammer. It's highly unlikely that they do it, but looking at my cock a trice could turn you to stone. That's what I want to happen. So if the Orc Codex brings that kind of fun, shenanigans, explosions, mad dogness, then I'm going to be a happy Orc boy. What do you guys think? Let's get back to the chat and then wrap up this not stream, this live video content. Thank you guys, by the way. 13 years. I've been doing this for 13 years. X gonna give it to you. Bap, bap, open up the door and feel. You know, 13, was it 19 years, he said. I don't know. Anyway, X gonna give it to you. You know, that's classical music there. Beethoven's got nothing on that shizzle. Yeah, but 13 years. I appreciate the support. I can't believe you actually watched this, but here we are. Hopefully this is entertainment. What do we think, guys? Sounds perfect. I don't know stone, but I'm fully bricked. I generally don't know how you run multiple armies these days. I don't know either. Fortunately, I've never made a battle report with a mistake in. And fortunately, I think no one's ever made a mistake in the history of Warhammer. So it's easy, really. All you need to do is just read the rules and you follow the rule. This book isn't... That isn't even a legal book anymore. All you do is... Where's the book when any? All you do is read the books and follow the rules. This used to be a family channel. Just because I said cock a trice, that's what it's called. Look at my cock a trice. It's still a family channel, okay? Apart from last week, the one I had to take down. But this has been completely PG friendly. It makes you feel any better. I've been on the internet since 1989, before the internet existed. Well done, brother. I remember the 80s. That's when the wall came down in 89, man. That was lovely. Anyway, guys, thanks for your love. Thanks for your support. 13 years, man. 13 years. 13 more years of this and I'll be 66. I'm not sure Coronation Street has even been going for 26 years. I'm not sure anyone watches the same shit for 20 plus years. I have not watched the same thing for 20 years. Actually, I do like American football and a bit UFC. So there's some things that I've watched for a long time. But if I'm still here in another 13 years, I'll be amazed. And I wonder if YouTube has a retirement program. I'm sure if I just emailed or Googled YouTube and said, yeah, what's my pension? What are you guys offering? Sick pay and all that. I'm sure that's something I should get on to, really. But yeah, if I'm still here, I'm amazed that I'm here now. If I'm here next year, I will be amazed again. And I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. Seriously. Thank you. You changed this old man's life. So, who's your team in the NFL? Denver. Don't tell Blood Buffalo. He gets rather upset about it. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Greg Shimmenemene. Thank you, Mr. Marshall. You're a year younger. Am I a year younger than you? I can't be younger than you. The only person I've met who's ever come around here who's older than me is Sullivan Gilbert. He's ancient. That guy is so old. You're younger than most of my colleagues. Wise. It's the thing, wise. You going to Denver? I'd love to go to Denver, man. I'd love to see. I've never been to Colorado. I'd love to go there and watch them play. No, I haven't met you. You're 56. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. This is some bullshit. That reminds me of Alien Thingy Bob. This is some bullshit with I've forgotten his name. But he says a lot. Sultan is the oldest mentally. It is actually. Sultan is the one that he's ex-military. So he's half my age, literally. And he's the one that I go to organise all the things and get all the things sorted out. It's like the narrative event. And by the way, there was 5 tickets left for the narrative event. Just 5. 10th and 11th of October. Get the tickets from marchofwar.co.uk. 5 out of 48 times 2. What's 48 times 2? 96 tickets? 48 tables, 96. Yeah. So 5 left out of 96 tickets left for the narrative event. And James is he's organising all the technical and all the lunches and paying for all the things and the timings. And I'm here for, I could show you a thing. We can screen share this thing. Screen share, drop that down. This is, are you guys seeing this? Can you actually see my screen? Because on here, look at this. This is Damocles. Yeah. I'm really quite excited about what's happening. Anyway, 5 tickets left. Get them from marchofwar.co.uk. And I'll see a chunk of you there. 53 survey score. My brain's still convinced I'm in my 20s. I know, that's what happens when you get to your 50s. You still think that you're 20, but you're not. You're in your 50s and your body reminds you. Anyway, guys, it's been emotional. Thank you for sharing this not 13th birthday live stream with me here today. Someone let me know in the Discord whether this one can actually get posted or not, or whether I need to take this one down wherever I went a bit too. Normally we don't go too far. Normally we're professional. But this one, I think we're okay though. I think we're okay. And hopefully we're okay. Are we okay? I think we're okay. Happy wargaming.